Center. It's my duty today to welcome you and thank you for your continued support of the BOK Center. It's hard to believe that today's announcement will mark the second anniversary of the BOK Center and will mark our beginning of our third year of operation. We certainly have been blessed with an amazing lineup of events since we opened. Today, joining me, Bob Root, President of Live Nation Music South, Randy McGratherath from Live Nation as well, and of course Mayor Dewey Bartlett as well. So we're so happy to have them today. Both Randy and Bob and Live Nation have really been a major supporter of the BOK Center and have done many shows, and many of you have met them through the press conferences that we've had over the last 2 years. So thank you for coming, Bob. Today, we also welcome for the first time a BOK Center press conference with a new event, Mayor Dewey Bartlett. So we certainly welcome you. He's been a big supporter of the arena since day one, and we're so happy that you're still involved and still a big supporter. And we hope that the coming years will be just amazing as you finish out your first term. So thank you for coming as well. Today's concert announcement will mark the 77th concert that has occurred or been announced so far for the BOK Center. To date, we've hosted 66 concerts representing 553,000 ticket buyers, amounting to some $42 million in ticket sales and over $3.5 million in sales tax revenues for the city, county, and state. The CSL study that was done before the BOK Center was built estimated that we would do 8 to 10 concerts a year. So you can see the amazing amount of support the community has really given us and continues to give us so we can continue to make great announcements like the one today. Great things don't happen without an amazing team at the BOK Center. I certainly have several of my senior management team here today. Jerry Dolman, who is our Assistant General Manager of the BOK Center. Janet Rockefeller, who is our Assistant Manager of the Tulsa Convention Center. Kathy Tinker, who is our Director of Sales, sitting right there. Paige Laughlin, our Director of Marketing. Tim Vogt, our Director of Operations in the back. Sharon Dunaway, our Box Office Manager. Maybe she's not here. IJ Rosenblum, who is in the back, our Senior Manager of Technology, and Kelly Mott, who is our Director of Food and Beverage. Without that great team, people like Bob and all the bands that play the BOK Center wouldn't have the amazing experience that they do. So I appreciate all that they do. Now it's my certainly great pleasure to introduce Bob Root, who will be making today's announcement. And Bob, thanks again for coming up from Houston.
Okay. And as always, we have a full house here in Tulsa. I mean, this is always unbelievable. For those of you who have been to some of our other press conferences, you know I always like to thank the media and the other supporters we have here in Tulsa. And it's the reason it really is. We keep coming back to this community with great shows. And earlier today, Mayor Bartlett and I were talking recently about Brooks and Dunn and his relationship with Ronnie many years, and when Ronnie came to Tulsa. And it's just stories like that in a music community like this. And for those of you who saw them when they were here a week or so ago, you know how things start small and end up really, really big. And that's really what this relationship has been for Live Nation. You know, 2 short years ago, we started with the SMG team, and this community has started working on building confidence in this market, and we've been so happy to be asked back time and time again, and had sold out shows one after another. So this year, when John and his team asked us to go to work for the second anniversary show, we worked really hard on coming up with an entertainer, and this year the act that we were able to get had his tour completely booked, every date booked solid. And as we started looking through our opportunities, it's like, we've got to get this guy. We've got to get this act. And so for the last month, we've been in negotiations with them, working really hard to find a date that they were willing to play an extra date on the tour. And when we told them all the great acts that have been here, all the business we have done, and they found a little bit more about the history of Tulsa music, they finally decided, you know what, we think we can squeeze it in. And so we're really happy today to announce for our second anniversary concert, Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Petty the Heartbreakers, 2010 tour. September 22nd at BOK Center. Every online ticket purchase counts with a download of the new Petty the Heartbreakers album, Mojo. 6-1 sale Saturday, June 19th at 10 a.m. Buy tickets at livenation.com.
Thank you very much. So we hope bringing Tom Petty here will be a really night to remember. September 22nd, we're going on sale next Saturday. If you've never seen him before, don't miss it. I mean, it's a night full of hits. This guy plays them all, and everything we're hearing about this upcoming tour should be his finest. So we again appreciate all the support. Thanks everybody for coming out, and I'd like to welcome Mayor Bartlett up to say a few words.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Well, boy, isn't that great news? This is going to be a fun deal. One of the nice things about being mayor, get to introduce things like this and be a part of such great events. The nice thing about it is Tulsa has such a great history of music. Tulsa sound, the blues, jazz. There's so many musicians that have come from Tulsa that have such a huge influence over the music scene now as we've seen worldwide. If you ever read of anything that Eric Clapton talked about, he points specifically to several people from Tulsa that were born and raised in Tulsa that had such an influence on the music that he now creates and plays. And it's examples like that that I'm so proud of to point to in Tulsa. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And I think ZZ Top is coming with the rock, is that right?
Yes.
Boy, I remember going to the convention center a long time ago and seeing ZZ Top when they first came out. And what a great success they were. We just knew that, boy, this is really going to be something. Here they are, they're still playing, and they're going to be able to play in front of Tom Petty and make sure that Tom Petty does his best. But what we have here in Tulsa is such a treasure, the BOK Center. So many good things have resulted from it. Good relationships, leadership of John Bolton, the SMG group. They've done a terrific job. Their influence, their capability, bringing in people like Bob Rue and his promotions and all the good people he's brought. Everything from Paul McCartney, Brooks and Dunn just a few weeks ago, we said, Elton John, Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen. God, just the iconic members of our and other generations that really have helped show this world what the United States is capable of music-wise, but also now what the city of Tulsa is capable of music-wise. And in today's business climate, we have had a little difficult time, but things such as the BOK Arena, the convention center, the business that we've been able to attract, the sophistication that we can now show, that we can do as good or better than anybody else in this country, anybody else in this world. That center over there is one of the top 10 in the United States, one of the top 20 in the world. Tulsa, Oklahoma is a serious contender for any kind of business activity, any kind of activity we want, because we are something to be reckoned with. So thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for the continued support, Bob, that you've had. And as I said to you earlier, if there's anything all we can ever do, anything that we're doing to stand in the way, to make your ability not to perform the best you can, please let us know. We're serious about being open to any and all business throughout this community because we are a serious city. Thank you all very much for being here.
Obviously, we invite everyone to stay. We have food and drink for everyone today. We hope to have a festive celebration here in a few minutes. We have parting gifts for everyone. Paige has press kits for everyone. And everyone that spoke today will be available for interviews right after this. So again, thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. It's the difference between a mediocre arena and one that's top 10 in the nation. So thank you again for coming. We really appreciate it.